Shave. I need all kinds of things. Weird. What's up, guys? 916 Reactions back at you. Today we are doing a video on Manchester, England. Last time we did Birmingham, which was very impressive. So I'm just kind of making the rounds, kind of see what the UK has to offer. Might head up to Scotland sometime, or over to Ireland, or just kind of see what's going on in Wales. So, anyways, here we go. Without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell, and if you have any comments, you just want to see something else, let me know down in the comments. Here we go.
In the 1800s, Manchester, England was the epicenter of the Industrial Revolution. Manchester's story is often shrouded in the smog and soot of Charles Dickens' novels, but this is a city with a glorious past and perhaps an even greater future.
Pretty.
It's been said, what Manchester thinks today, the world thinks tomorrow. Manchester is a city of firsts. This is the world's first truly modern city, the place where mankind first split the atom.
Really?
The birthplace of the first modern computer.
Huh.
Manchester's story
That's
begins
a cool
here,
building.
in Castle Field, where the many
Here.
chapters of the city's story merge into one. Explore the remains of the Roman fort, built to guard an ancient river
That's
crossing.
freaking cool.
Wander the banks of the Bridgewater Canal,
Zombo.
whose completion in 1761 is regarded as the beginning of the Industrial Revolution.
I like the music they have playing, like the whole, the boom, kung, like very industrial type music to go along with the Industrial Revolution. That's pretty freaking cool. Let me know if you guys have any other things to say about Manchester. Again, this is from Expedia, so I mean, I'm sure they're going to leave a lot of personal touches out, but so it's just an overview. But just kind of curious. I've always been curious about these places.
Admire the warehouses and mills, which once numbered in the thousands and generated incredible wealth for the city. While in the background is Beetham Tower,
That
a
is
symbol
cool.
of a city once again on the rise. As the city's fortune swelled in the 19th century, so did its civic pride. Manchester's elites saw the city as the new Venice and commissioned grand buildings and monuments, taking architectural inspiration from across the ages. Manchester's crowning glory is its town hall, built to rival the great buildings of London. Admire the incredible Victorian Gothic exterior, lavish staterooms, and murals which celebrate the city's history.
So cool.
This is a building that proclaimed, "This is Manchester, and we've arrived."
Right on. Is it always cloudy there? Because every shot they've shown, it looks pretty cloudy and like it's about to rain. Reminds me of kind of the Pacific Northwest here in the U.S. Seattle, Portland, those types of areas. It's just always on the verge of raining. Just doesn't. Just looks like it's going to. Also, this architecture is awesome. Very, what I would consider British. Very, just what's the word? Regal, or very just proper, I guess. Beautiful though.
For 2 centuries, Manchester's merchants went on a spending spree, scouring the world in search of cultural treasures to fill their stately homes. Many of these treasures now reside in the city's museums and galleries. At the Manchester Art Gallery, explore the works of the Pre-Raphaelites, Britain's first radical art movement, and more contemporary works which
That's
continue
pretty.
to challenge.
That's interesting. Love a good art
At the
museum.
Manchester Museum, step into a Gothic revival time capsule housing millions of items from a T-Rex skeleton called Stan to one of the UK's most important Egyptology collections.
I don't know if you guys have ever been to a museum where you've actually, I'm sure if you live in Manchester, you've seen this, but like if you actually go and see in a museum ancient Egyptian relics, particularly the sarcophagi, one of those. And they're just amazing. They're just like the detail that's in them and the size. It just you're in awe of ancient creativity, and to have that locally at your town in Manchester, that's really cool to have.
This city enjoys a proud philanthropic tradition. Perhaps the city's greatest was Enriqueta Rylands, whose gift to the city was the John Rylands Library.
That's pretty.
Dedicated to Manchester's large...
It looks like Hogwarts, doesn't it? It looks hella like Hogwarts. That's so dope.
Textile magnate in the 10 years it took to create the neo-Gothic masterpiece, the widow acquired 40,000 books and oversaw every last detail, a labour of love for her late husband and the people of Manchester. Manchester has long understood the power of knowledge. In 1653, the Cheetham Library became the country's first free public library and has been open to all ever since. Let your fingertips wander the Tudor era shelves, then step into the room where Frederick Engels and Karl Marx began to write the Communist Manifesto, a work inspired by the crushing conditions the city's workers once endured. Revolution.
I'm assuming you can't check any of those books out. Those are pieces of history, so I'm assuming you can't. That's why maybe the chicken wire over the bookshelves. But man, could you imagine just being able to smell all the old books, just being able to pick one up and look through it and see what people were writing about hundreds of years ago? Fascinating.
And reform run deep in Manchester's waters, housed in a restored Edwardian pump house in the People's History Museum, which celebrates those who challenged Britain's rigid political and class systems. Stand before the simple desk where Thomas Paine penned The Rights of Man, a book that helped ignite the revolutionary fires in America and France. At the world's oldest surviving railway station, you'll find the Museum of Science and Industry. In the museum's power hall, feel the heat and steam that powered the shafts and wheels which once made Manchester the Empire's engine room. From textile looms to locally produced aircraft and motor vehicles, this museum is both a fascinating journey through the city's glory days and a peek into the future.
So, what was it about Manchester that sparked the Industrial Revolution? Why was it there? I mean, I know it obviously was there, but what about that particular area, that particular place, that city, that was ripe for that to happen? You can let me know down in the comments. That'd be awesome. Also, I hope they start showing some like nightlife. It's a lot of museums, which I like, but kind of want to see how the people live there.
The Imperial War Museum North is designed to resemble the shards of a world shattered by conflict. Manchester knows well the horrors of war. During the Manchester Blitz, thousands of German bombs rained down upon the city. In typical Mancunian fashion, this museum strips away the pomp and glory of war and reminds us instead of its human cost.
Absolutely.
After the 1950s, Manchester's fortunes went into a serious decline and the city was all but written off as a post-industrial basket case. But in recent decades, the city began to awaken once more, largely thanks to its youthful creativity. A succession of bands like Joy Division, The Smiths, The Stone Roses and Oasis shook up the foundations of popular music and put Manchester back on the map.
Cool.
Explore the city's incredible musical heritage in areas like the Northern Quarter and pick up some rare vinyl along the way.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
Then head to The Village, around Canal Street, which perfectly encapsulates the Mancunian ideals of tolerance, self-expression and good times.
Right on. That's cool.
But if there is one source of pride that truly unites this city, it's its two football clubs, Manchester City and Manchester United. In 1968, Manchester United became the first English club to become European champions. Today, the club enjoys a global fan base in the millions. Learn more at the National Football Museum in the city centre, or better still, time your visit for a match at Old Trafford, Manchester.
Here's something that's weird for me as an American, is how big soccer or football is in other places, that you guys have actually stadiums that rival our NFL stadiums, our American football stadiums, and you guys pack them all the time for every game, and it's just so weird. It's a weird concept for me because soccer or football here is it's getting gaining traction. It's getting bigger, but it's not. It's just not as big as the other American sports: baseball, football, basketball. Um, but the fact that you guys have these huge stadiums that are devoted to that just lets you know the scale of like all the fans that are really into it there, and I think it's really freaking cool. Beautiful stadiums too.
Theatre of Dreams since 1910.
That's so cool.
Manchester may no longer be England's industrial powerhouse, but it's a city that's never stopped dreaming. Right across the city, daring new projects, innovations and ideas continue to capture the world's attention. In this city of firsts, the only question is, what will Manchester do next?
I want to go on one of those boats. All right, Expedia. That was cool. It was a brief overview. I'm sure there's a lot more to the city than what was explained here. It'd be kind of interesting if you can leave down links in the comments about like normal everyday life in this part of the country, as opposed to, just the museums and the history. Like, what's it like living there? What is it? I mean, is it a rough town, or is it like any other big city? There's good areas and there's bad areas. Let me know. Genuinely curious because I do want to travel to the UK. London would be cool, but it'd just be like everybody coming to the US and going straight to New York. That's not representative of the whole country. So I'd like to go see other places. I mean, you can have your New Yorks and your Londons. I'd rather see, where other people live, I guess. Anyways, if you like the video, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what's going on in Manchester. Don't forget to hit that notification. I can't even speak. Click that notification bell. And yeah, 916 Reactions, guys. Love you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon. Peace.